Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we will talk about living a life of holiness. We would all agree that a fire is a beautiful thing to watch and enjoy. But a fire needs to be enjoyed in the boundary of a fireplace or a fire pit. It's there it can be enjoyed for controlled warmth, cooking a hot dog, or a marshmallow. But when a fire gets out of its cage, it burns and destroys whatever is in its path. This is a great picture of the beauty as well as the devastating power that sex and sexuality has today. God has a design for sex and sexuality. His design means boundaries, and inside those boundaries, it is beautiful. But if those boundaries are left unchecked, it wreaks great havoc. Here's what the Apostle Paul said about this in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, beginning in verse 3. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust, like the Gentiles who do not know God. I don't know of many other topics and biblical positions that are less popular than this. Paul has been reminding the Thessalonian believers that they should live as Christians. When we live out our faith, it pleases God. Now, it may not please the world, but Paul said, live for the glory of God, not for the approval of mankind. Well, today, we live in the my body, my choice era. It's that belief that what a person does with their body or to their body, it's nobody's business, not even God's. This is tragic. But what's more sad is when a Christian buys into this belief, into this lifestyle. Verses like 1 Thessalonians 4, verses 3 through 5 destroy compromise. In Genesis, God created man and woman in his image. Two sexes, nothing fluid or non-conforming. He created them male and female so that they would become partners in life as husband and wife. Jesus affirmed God's design for gender and sexuality. And here Paul affirms it as well. Paul says, God's will for you as Christians is your sanctification. But what does that mean? Sanctification is the transformation of your thoughts, your words, and your actions to become more like Jesus. What is one area that needs our transformation? It's our sexuality. Paul says, abstain from sexual immorality. Now, abstain does not mean dabble, or if it works for you, it means avoid it. It doesn't mean you do you, and God endorses it. Abstain means stay away from it. Don't compromise. So what is sexual immorality? Well, it's anything that is not God's design for gender and sexuality. There are two sexes, and it's self-evident. And sex? Sex is meant for a man and a woman in a monogamous marriage. Sex outside of marriage is not God's design. That's it. Endorsing and celebrating the destruction of God's design is not sanctification and abstaining. Paul says we are to control our bodies because we are saved and equipped for holiness and honor. I get it. These are tough words for today. These are words that the culture will say, cancel this person, cancel the ministry. Well, I'm going to tell you, friend, people may cancel a person. They may cancel a ministry. But they cannot and they will not cancel God and His Word. So here's my challenge for you today. Abstain from any form of sexual immorality and pursue holiness in all areas of your life. Remember, God saved you on purpose and for a purpose. The world will not desire this. The world probably will not understand this, but they will take notice of your transformation. They may ask you, why do you do life the way you do? And you'll have an answer for them. So do life, a life worthy of your salvation, and when you do, you will win the day.